Endometriosis is a severe condition causing painful periods, heavy bleeding, chronic pelvic pain, fatigue, and infertility, affecting the individual's physical, mental, and social well-being. A diagnosis can take up to 10 years to be obtained. Here's Catherine, who has endometriosis. She shares her symptoms and factors that led to her diagnosis.
At the time I was diagnosed with the endometriosis stage 4, I was told it had already damaged my fallopian tubes and my ovaries and my bowel. And it started when I was 14. I can describe it as very excruciating clots, pelvic pain, back pain, throwing up a lot, constipated sometimes, diarrhea sometimes. And everybody got to know I was going through my menses because of the kind of pain I go through each month.
And how difficult it is to cope with the condition.
I was put on pills for a very long time, but I was still in pain. Before, during, after my menses, it was agony. I was in so much pain. And so after 11 years of being misdiagnosed, I went to visit my family in the UK and I had an episode. So I was rushed to the A&E, and that's where this journey began. Sometimes I even think, am I still living? Because it's just too much weight on a human being.
Here's Dr. Dixon for more on endometriosis.
Endometriosis is a disease that primarily affects women. It can, in a very small percentage, affect men as well, but that is very, very rare. Now, it's a disease that starts very early in life, so within 2 to 3 years after the onset of puberty, the young woman starts realizing that something unusual about her menstrual period, mainly very painful menstrual periods, and they can also have very heavy bleeding. So we're talking about a young woman whose siblings and schoolmates and classmates all can go to school and do their normal activities, but she in particular becomes very immobilized when she's on her period. She cannot go to school or she cannot participate in activities. That degree of pain that comes just with the menstrual period defines endometriosis.
He says early detection is key in managing the disease and could be inexpensive, as low as 12 Ghana cedis per month.
Symptoms that start this early in the woman's life, when she's not ready to get married and have a family, the best way to do it is to have this woman have as few menstrual periods as possible. So culturally, we need to get away from our thought that the menstrual period is something that a woman has to have every month. For a woman who is suffering endometriosis, for the 10% of women who have endometriosis, a menstrual period is an enemy, and it should be eliminated as much as possible. And the science is very clear that whenever you put these women's menstrual periods on pause with any of these medications, their menstrual periods will eventually come back at a very predictable time, and no woman can be rendered completely infertile with these medications. On the contrary, if the endometriosis is allowed to proceed without treatment, it leads to infertility.
Lack of awareness among women and healthcare providers due to the normalization of painful periods leads to a significant delay in diagnosis and treatment for women. The World Health Organization emphasizes the need for enhanced awareness, policies, and services for endometriosis, collaborating with civil society and patient support groups. Emmanuel Samani, TV3 News.